Most of us know Charli Baltimore as the redhead hardcore rapper with Murda Inc.
All you need in your life is Chuck, drugs, and dubs or 22s. Now tell me who the honey you use.
But wait until you find out the many ways she was written out of hip-hop history. Years before Charli signed to Murda Inc., she was affiliated with Undia's, Biggie's and Rivera's record label. Biggie had this extravagant plan for her to be a part of the rap group Commission.
The Commission, Uncle Paulie, P. Diddy, Caesar Leo, De Janeiro, Charli Baltimore.
That's a tight-ass lineup. Okay, let's bring it back. So Charli and Biggie were dating his last 2 years of his life. You remember that car accident that left Biggie paralyzed? Well, Charli was in the accident and she suffered a concussion.
Charli Baltimore that was in the car. No, she didn't get that exposure in the movie, but she should have.
She was also in LA with Biggie right before his death. Like, it was so crazy that the homicide detectives flew in to interview her as a suspect. And that's because her and Biggie got into this crazy fight. But eventually, the detectives figured that she had nothing to do with it and they left her alone to grieve, respectfully. All of this makes me wonder why none of this was written in any of his movies or documentaries.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool that they used who was more celebrities, you know what I'm saying? Kim is more celeb than Charli, so you know what, we're gonna go with the Kim side, you know what I mean? But I felt like Charli should.
After the death of Biggie, Charli still had to push forward in her career, but she had to prove herself. The person responsible for Biggie's career, signed her to his record label.
Entertainment, Charlie's Angels, H-Class, Lil It,
While signed to his record label, he controlled everything, and he wanted men rappers to write her rhymes. That's because he didn't believe that women were able or should write their own lyrics. So eventually Charli was not happy with her setup and she was looking for a way out.
For a record label to say to me, well, let's not, emphasize too much on the fact that you have 2 kids or that, you had a baby when you were 15 because that's negative. And I'm like...
And that's when she met Irv Gotti. But see, Irv didn't believe that Charli wrote her own lyrics, so he put her to a test. At one point, they locked in the studio for 48 hours, and Charli wrote and delivered song after song after song until he finally asked her to be on Down Ass Chick. And of course, she killed it. From there, he officially signed her to Murda Inc. Charli respectfully earned her spot at Murda Inc., and she wasn't going to let anybody get in her way. Not even 50 Cent.
50 Cent, you heard me. I don't believe you let that nigga talk, you fat cupcake eating motherfucker.
This time, Murda Inc. was popping. They were taking over the charts. See, Irv had a fire roster and he was focused on getting them to the next level. Irv didn't think that this little rapper can stop what they had going on, and he commanded everybody not to entertain 50's antics. But see, Charli kept her ears to the street and she knew that 50 Cent was getting hot. So hot that it could be dangerous.
50 who was super hungry, who's coming in, and I'm like, yo, he's making an impact.
She warned Irv Gotti, and when he dropped the ball, she went into the studio and recorded an entire mixtape dissing 50 Cent.
You don't want that, motherfucker. Curtis, snitch ass nigga.
But of course, Irv stopped her from putting it out. Then we all saw what happened with Murda Inc. and how quickly it all happened. Charli Baltimore is one of the first woman rappers.
Gotta lick it backwards to hit this. Ain't no I can rip this. No I can flip this. Thought I was coming on some high yellow chickness.
She never got the chance to be a part of the iconic group with Biggie. And she never got the chance to release her album under Murda Inc.
It just seemed like every situation, like label situation I got into, like right when it was like my turn to blow, like something wild would occur.
She did partner up and created a record label, B&B, the record label that signed Cash Doll and Breezy. But she didn't get along very well with the owner and she eventually parted ways with him. She does have 2 daughters. One is a DJ and the other is a part of a group called Dude Funk. So she's busy living her life, being a supportive mom and living her life her way.
Funny that I got 2 daughters, both in different aspects of the music business, but I try to help them out as best I can. So, that takes up a lot of my time.
As for her being written out of hip-hop history, it may stay that way because she's not interested in writing the book and she doesn't care to validate her career or her relationship with Biggie.
Oh, you should write a book, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm like, that's just not my personality. Like,
So in honor of International Women's Month, let's give flowers while our favorite women are still here.